So here are the dowel pins we picked up yesterday. Got them from Mazda. I was gonna get them on eBay, but it was like $15 plus like $15 shipping. So I just got them at Mazda, and there was $10 literally for both of them. So dowel pins are in. Now we're just gonna go over this and clean it one more time with the alcohol wipe, and then we'll put the studs in and then the head gasket. All right, so right now got it cleaned up. Now I'm just lubing up the head studs with the ARP grease, and then we're gonna put the head gasket on. Real quick. All right, just finished up doing timing. Here's a crank pulley mark. Exhaust mark. Here's the other side. This one, the mark isn't on the tooth. It's like on the side of it, right there. And it lines up with that. This one is more on the tooth, and it lines up with that. So, intake, E lines up with the E right here. Exhaust side, the I lines up right here. So it looks like we're all timed. I'm gonna start putting these covers on, and the crank pulley. Time this down, and we'll move on from there. All right, here's my new alternator I ordered. It's just a Duralast one. I'm gonna be putting this on, and the valve cover, spark plugs, finishing up some stuff on the side and the back of the head. And that should be pretty much it. Then I gotta go to AutoZone and get an oil filter and some oil. And then we should be able to put the motor in the vehicle. All right, I got the sensor and got that stuff plugged in. Gonna connect some hoses right now. The one that goes here to the heater core is this one too. This is for the reroute. Well, we won't put that on yet. We'll just connect it. So next is spark plugs. I went to Iridium NGK spark plugs. We're putting this in real quick, and then we'll put some RTV right here on the corners of the caps, and then we'll put the valve cover, and then that'll be it. Just putting a little bit of anti-seize on it so it doesn't get rusted on there or whatever. Next time I go to take it out, just a little bit. Drop it in there. We're just gonna hand tighten these. One, two, three. Here's the new valve cover. It's the same one but painted. Wrinkle black. Not bad. I mean, it's an alright job. So I left the the gasket on here. Just gonna go over it, make sure it's in there all good, and then we'll place it on. All right, valve cover bolts tightened down. Ignition pack in, cold packs in. So now it's just connecting the hoses like this one. I'll probably throw this one on. And I think that's it. Besides connecting all the other ones like the PCV and all that. All right, valve cover bolts tightened down. Ignition pack in, cold packs in. So now it's just connecting the hoses like this one. I'll probably throw this one on. And I think that's it. Besides connecting all the other ones like the PCV and all that. All right, we got the engine on the hoist. About to put the clutch on and the transmission. New throwout bearing. Going to put in the pilot bearing in. Flywheel clutch. Connect the transmission. And once we got the trans in, we're gonna get the motor in the car. Here's the clutch I'm gonna be running. It's a stage 1. Sprung. This is a Clutch Max off of eBay. So I think it was like, I don't remember, a little over $100. There's a lightweight flywheel I'm gonna be running. All right, got the flywheel on. The clutch is on as well. Torque down the flywheel bolts, torque down these bolts as well. So now just gotta put the trans in. All right, got the trans on. It's kind of annoying because we couldn't line it up, but got it lined up. Gonna tighten down the exhaust manifold, and we should be ready to put it back inside. All right, so yesterday we got the motor in. That's where we ended up stopping. It was kind of annoying getting it in because we couldn't line up the motor mounts. And since we were putting it in with the transmission, it was, kind of hard to get the tilt, drop, go up. It's pretty annoying, but we got it in. So now, just gonna finish up connecting everything in the engine bay. I think first I'm going to connect the drive shaft and the transmission to the power plant brace on bottom, do all the transmission stuff. And then I can just move forward to the engine bay and just focus on the engine, like getting the radiator in and all that stuff, connecting all the hoses, connectors, and all that. All right, we got the oil in, the coolant in. I got my battery jumper on. I don't know if it's gonna start it because that battery is
probably really dead.
But let's see what happens. Yeah.